Good evening. Today is August 8th, and this is the Parks and Recreation Board meeting. I'm Maisha Gamino, and I'm joined by my fellow commissioners. Thank you all for joining us today. We're going to start, as we always do, with our flag salute, and so I'd like to ask Albert, who's joined us today, to lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Albert. Please put your hand on your heart
Ready?
and join Albert.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Albert, thank you so much. Mr. Thompson, roll call, please.
Good evening. Chair Maisha Gamino.
Here.
Board Member Ashley Ramsey.
Here.
Board Member Ara Masurlian.
Here.
And Board Member Mickey DiPaolo.
Here.
Thank you.
Next, we have announcements. I'd like to have Mr. Garabedian to join us. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening, Chair Maisha Gamino and members of the board. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. My name is Narek. I work for the Information Technology Department and I'm a network analyst. So tonight I have the pleasure of sharing the department's program announcements and updates. Slideshow. Get ready, Burbank. It's time for the annual Galaxy Night. So join us Saturday, September 24th at 7:30 p.m. for a day of fun, friends, and soccer action. Grab your tickets now at burbankparks.com. The Animal Shelter at 1150 North Victory Place is hosting kitten adoption fairs where you can meet adorable kittens that are currently in the shelter's foster program. Adopt your next best friend and learn more about fostering for the shelter. Don't miss this perfect opportunity. Upcoming fairs will be held on Saturday, August 10th and 24th from 10 to 2 p.m. The Fall Recreation Guide is here, so get your copy at any Burbank Recreation Center or view the digital guide at burbankparks.com. Discover a wide range of programs, events, and classes. Registration for fall classes is now open, with sessions starting on September 3rd. Don't miss out. The Betsy Luke Creative Arts Center cordially invites you to the California Art League show, Water. Learn more about this and other captivating exhibits at burbankca.gov/blcac. The Burbank Animal Shelter now offers spay and neuter rebate programs for Burbank residents. The rebate aims to promote responsible pet ownership and provide financial relief for up to 2 pets per household. The program provides a $100 rebate for dogs and $50 for cats within 60 days of being altered. Remember to provide proof of residency and pick up an application at the animal shelter or online at burbankanimalshelter.org. Join us at the Jocelyn Adult Center for their 55 and Beyond Resource Fair on Wednesday, September 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The fair is open to adults 55 and older and offers a wealth of information and resources to support our senior community. Attendees can connect with various organizations in housing, transportation, nutrition, low-cost programs, and much more. To learn more, visit burbankca.gov/adults55 or call the Jocelyn Adult Center at 818-238-5353. Calling all Burbank teens, don't miss the Vibes and Dives teen event on Friday, September 6th at the Verdugo Aquatic Center from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Join us for swimming, games, and crafts. Pre-registration is required, so sign up at burbankparks.com. Don't forget to bring your middle school ID to enter. See you there. Join us at Starlight Bowls on Saturday, August 10th at 6:30 p.m. The $1 Million McGraw Show and Gold Rush Country will have you singing and dancing all night long. For a great time under the stars, purchase your tickets at starlightbowl.com or in person at the Betsy Luke Creative Arts Center at 1100 West Clark Avenue. For more info, visit starlightbowl.com or call 818-238-5397. Join us Monday, August 19th at our next staff-led moonlight hike to the view. Start times vary based on sunset, so please visit burbankparks.com for info and register today. The Burbank Animal Shelter has more big news. Adoption fees for all animals will be 50% off through September 10th. If you're considering adding a new furry family member, now is the time. The shelter is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 5 with adoption screenings between 12 and 4. So come by to meet wonderful dogs, cats, bunnies, and other pets looking for their forever homes. To learn more, visit burbankca.gov/animal shelter or call 818-238-3340. And we're now looking for volunteers for our next dig day on September 7th at Ralph Foy Park. So lend a helping hand to clean up litter, pull out weeds, and assist with planting. To learn more and register for this event, visit burbankparks.com. And this concludes the department's announcements.
Thank you. Great job.
I made it.
You did it. We have several presentations tonight, and we'll start off with the first group. I'd like to introduce Ricardo Corrado to join us. Come down there with you.
Afterwards. Okay. Do I start? Okay. Good evening, Chair Gamino and fellow Park Board members. My name is Ricky Corrado, and I serve as a Senior Recreation Leader in the Youth and Teen Programs Division at the Mary Alvord Recreation Center, and I am a former CIT. Thank you for this opportunity to highlight our Summer 2024 Counselor and Training Program, or the CIT program. The CIT program is a volunteer initiative designed to empower high school students. Throughout the school year, participants contribute to our after-school days program, gaining invaluable experience in interacting with and supervising children. They assist with homework, lead recreational activities, and provide essential support to our after-school days program. During the summer, our CITs dedicate their time to the summer days programs at multiple locations across Burbank, including the Mary Alvord Recreation Center, McCambridge Park, Robert Gross Park, Stow Canyon Nature Center, and the Betsy Lukey Creative Arts Center. Tonight, we celebrate the exceptional achievements of our 24 summer CITs. Becoming a CIT is a competitive process requiring an application and an interview. Selected students are placed at a specific camp location and must maintain a strong attendance record. To broaden their skill set, CITs undertake 3 projects encompassing sports or a game, crafts, and a chosen activity. These experiences refine their leadership abilities while fostering meaningful connections with our campers. Our commitment to developing well-rounded individuals extends beyond hands-on experience. CITs participate in a monthly training session covering essential topics such as interview skills, resume building, and job interview techniques. This summer, we capped off our trainings with mock interviews conducted by City of Burbank employees. Notably, many of our current Parks and Recreation Department staff members are proud alumni of the CIT program. Balancing academics, extracurricular activities, and personal responsibilities is a challenge for today's high school students. Our CITs have demonstrated remarkable dedication by collectively contributing over 1,500 volunteer hours to the Burbank community. I'm privileged to lead this program alongside my colleagues, Recreation Services Supervisor Jenny Griffin, Senior Recreation Leader Buster Roebuck, Recreation Leader Olivia Kerr, who is a former CIT, and Recreation Manager Noah Altman. We have witnessed our CITs grow immensely throughout the summer. Congratulations to our CITs who are graduating today. Your commitment to serving your community is truly inspiring. You have made a lasting impact on the lives of countless young people. Before we formally recognize your accomplishments, let's hear from Angelica Marcosian, a standout CIT who will share her personal experience. Angelica, can you please come up here, please? There you go. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angelica Marcosian, and I'm a rising junior at Burbank High School who has been a counselor in training, or a CAT, at the William McKinley Elementary School after-school days during the winter and at the McCambridge summer days this season. Thank you for taking the time to come to this park board meeting recognizing us CITs for our contributions to our city's summer camps, as well as for supporting us throughout our journeys as volunteers. At the surface level, this program can be seen as its definition of being a, quote, 10-week volunteer experience for high school students entering grades 10 through 12, which it definitely is if you do it for a season. But for me, the campers and staff have transformed the experience into something more than just a portal to easy service hours, but a fun hobby of helping out my community and being there for others. I know that sounds pretty cliche, but after being with the same types and groups of people for 2 seasons in a row, I can confirm that not only is everyone on the Parks and Recreation team amazing, but the campers themselves have changed my perspective on volunteering and participating in these types of programs. A notable experience of mine has been building connections with the campers that didn't make me seem like an extension to the staff, but rather a friend of theirs, acting as a big sister to them and supporting them through their biggest successes and challenges. There are numerous sweet and wholesome experiences I've had that will stick with me forever, but one of the ones that really caught my attention happened exactly a week ago during my last shift for the summer 2024 CIT season. I was on the bus ride on our way back from our last field trip, and I was sitting next to this boy whom I had known from McKinley. He had insisted I sit with him on the way there and back, and he previously justified this by saying, "I just like sitting with adults anyway." But this time, he said it was because he liked me. While I sincerely appreciated this, I didn't take this into great consideration until he was playing a game and kept clicking all the buttons to watch ads. Seeing him do this, I said, "You must really love ads, huh?" And to my surprise, he replied, "No, I actually hate ads. I'm just watching all of them for you because I like you and I want to win some stuff for you." This really made me take a moment to reflect on the impact I had on the children, as they have started going out of their way to benefit me, even if it was in a somewhat insignificant way. I believe that this is a reflection of all of our efforts from the CITs and the staff in trying to be a positive influence in their lives by leading by example. I, like many others, had difficult days at camp, yet I still made sure to remain positive as I could, and make every kid feel heard and seen. Thankfully, that has been reflected back to me through all of the kind words the campers have said about me, and I look forward to continuing to serve them and the community through future seasons of the Counselor Training Program. Thank you, everyone, the Burbank Parks and Recreation team, the CITs, the campers, and of course, everyone else in the audience for your continued efforts in connecting our city and improving the lives of the future generation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Angelica. Now I would like to invite Chair Gamino to join me in presenting certificates to our outstanding Summer 2024 CIT students. Thank you so much. Yeah, so do you want me to just read them out and they'll come up?
Yeah, that's
Okay, so CITs, when I call your name, please come up and accept your certificate. We're going to start off with Zoe Barrows.
Ricky, why don't you get in here too?
Sure.
Congratulations.
William Carmona. Nolan Jennings. Angelica Marcosian. Dylan Ovayan. Audrey Serrano. Ian Serrano. Rose Tommy. Ella Umwani. Renee Umwani. Mark Tarosian. All right, if we can get just one more photo out with all the CITs and our chair Gamino, please.
Does the board want to join as well? Okay.
Come in closer real quick.
Come on, squeeze in, like we're family. I'm gonna stand there.
All right, thank you CITs, thank you park board members. You guys are good to leave, or if you want to stay, you can. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. John, right? It's John. Yeah. No, thank you. I'd like to invite John McKinley to come up here with the next set of awards, please. Here you are. Thanks, John.
Thank you, CITs. My son was in camp all summer, so we got to see a lot of them, and they do an amazing job. So thank you, guys. All right. Good evening, Chair Camino and Board. My name is John McGinley, Acting Recreational Service Manager. Today we gather to celebrate and recognize a remarkable contribution of the Burbank Foothill Civitan Club. It is my honor to stand before you and acknowledge the incredible service hours dedicated by this group to our community. The Burbank Foothill Civitan is a chapter of Civitan International, serving the western San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles County. Starting in 1956, the Burbank Foothill Civitan Club has partnered with the City of Burbank Parks and Recreation Department for the annual Civitan and Jamboree Day Parade and Celebration. Yes, I said 1956. The club has provided hot dogs and refreshments for all coaches and players and pay the trophies for this special event each year. I mean, we're talking 25,000 hot dogs and tens of thousands of dollars over the years, so a big contribution. The Burbank Foothill Civitan Club, with its unwavering commitment to service and community betterment, has set a high standard for volunteerism. The countless hours spent on various projects and initiatives have not only made a tangible difference in the lives of many, but have also inspired others to act and give back to their communities. Their dedication to making our community a better place, one project at a time, is truly commendable. Whether it's through supporting local charities, organizing community events, or helping those in need, the Burbank Foothill Civitan Club has demonstrated what it means to serve with passion and dedication. Thank you, members of Burbank Foothill Civitan Club, for your hard work, your generosity, and your unwavering spirit of service. Your contributions are invaluable, and your efforts will continue to inspire future generations to carry out the legacy of giving back. So again, together, let us continue to make a difference. And we're lucky to have a couple members from the club who I'd like to invite up. We have Randy and Karen here tonight. Gary Brick's a big member. Rich Bertain has been our MC for many years. They couldn't make it tonight, but we're happy to have these guys here as well. So we would love if you'd like to give them their certificate. But yeah, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, guys. Guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I was playing and got some of those hot dogs and now working and enjoying those hot dogs. So I had many years of them as well. And they normally help staff out at the end of the day. The additional hot dogs are given out. So again, many, many years of service. So thank you guys. All right, so we're going to move right into the perpetual winners. And with that, I'm going to call up Edgar Manukian and Alex Hernandez, who both work in the sports office for us.
How's everybody doing? My name is Edgar Manukian. I'm the Recreation Coordinator of Youth Sports. Today I'm going to be presenting some of our Perpetual Award winners. We have for every ponytail, softball, and half minor baseball season, we honor 4 special athletes in our program. Each award was decided upon in 2 stages. First, a team manager solicited feedback from their players in order to identify 2 players from their own team who they believe should be nominated for each award. Following that, a list of nominees was compiled, and a ballot was distributed among the teams. Each player was given the opportunity to vote for the player they thought deserved that award. Players could not vote for their own teammates. The first award is the Linda Murphy Pioneer Award, which honors Linda for her pioneering efforts towards equality in women's sports. Long before Title IX, Linda advocated for unbiased playing rules, uniform, equal gym time, and competitive play for girls and women. Linda broke through the barriers to reach uncharted territory in female sports. Her ambition and persistence earned her a spot in the first U.S. Olympics women's volleyball team in 1964. Linda's lifelong advocacy for sports equality will forever benefit the girls and women in the Burbank community and beyond. Let's congratulate and call up this year's Linda Murphy Pioneer Award winner from the Firestorms, Riley Dalia.
Trophy. Do you want me to hold your certificate for you? Do you want to hold the trophy? Which one do you want to hold? I would want to hold that one too. I'll hold this one for you. You should get one of these. Official photographer. Thanks, Vicky. Congratulations. Okay, I'll stay up here.
Megan, am I good? Okay. All right, next we have the Christopher Wilkie Award. This award was created to memorialize Christopher Wilkie, a young boy who played in the 7-8 half minor division. Unfortunately, Christopher passed away after a battle with cancer. Christopher's spirit and love for the game of baseball has lived on in half minor baseball program through the annual presentation of the Christopher Wilkie Award. This award is given to the young man who embodies the same spirit and dedication as Christopher had for the game. The award recipient does not necessarily need to be the best player in the 7-8 half minor league or his own team for that matter, but rather his qualities should include good sportsmanship, team leadership, and a real enjoyment for the game of baseball. Let's congratulate and call up this year's Christopher Wilkie Award winner from the Ravens, Nicholas Cruz.
Thank you. Which one do you want to hold? Oh, give this one to hold that one. Sure. Thank you so much.
Actually, let's get, come in, Riley. Let's get both of you guys in here. 'Cause I think, yeah, two no-shows down here. So I'll get both you guys in here.
I don't mind not holding it. Thank you.
And I'd like to call up Alex Hernandez for the last 2 awards.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Hernandez. I am the Senior Rec Leader in the Sports Office. I'll be calling out the Barbara Round Memorial Award. This award was created to memorialize Barbara Round, a pioneer in starting girls and women's sports in Burbank. Barbara was the founder of the Ponytail Softball League, which has become a national model for the girls' fast-pitch softball programs. The Ponytail Softball League has had 6 teams in the first year in 1957, and by 1980, when Barbara left the program, there was nearly 100 teams. Barbara was one of the first women to join the Southern California Municipal Athletic Federation and was recognized in 1977 with the highest honor, the Merit Award, and in 1983 the Honorary Membership Award for her groundbreaking efforts in advocacy in area of girls and women's sports. In appreciation of her dedication to the city of Burbank and the sports community, George Isay Ballfield No. 4 is named in her honor. Let's congratulate this year's Barbara Round Memorial Award winner from Synergy, who unfortunately was unable to make it, Ashlyn Castle. Then up next is the Jackie Arrington Award. This award was created to memorialize Jackie Arrington, a young boy who played in the 5'6" Hat Minor Majors Division in 1971. Unfortunately, Jackie passed away from a sudden illness during the season. Jackie's spirit and love for the game of baseball has lived on in the Hat Minor Baseball program through the annual presentation of the Jackie Arrington Award. Let's congratulate this year's Jackie Arrington Award winner from the Outsiders, who again unfortunately was not able to make it, Hudson Sagamino. That is all we have today. Thank you.
And with that, guys, these trophies live in the sports office, so these guys are always able to come check them out. We have one that's over 50 names on it, so it's been over 50 years, so there's pretty impressive. So you guys will have these names forever. So again, big round of applause.
Congratulations to all of our award recipients, and what a great honor and legacy to have your name on that trophy. So congratulations to all of you. Okay, as we move on to the next part of our agenda, is the department director report. I'd like to ask Ms. Garcia if you have a report.
Good evening, Chair Gamino and board members. I do have one brief announcement. Just wanted to make the community aware that a former board member, Laura Durbin, did resign due to scheduling conflicts. So there is a vacancy in this board. The last day to apply is on Thursday, August 22nd at 5 p.m. So anybody who's interested in serving on this board and supporting staff in the department, lead our recreation programming, is encouraged to apply. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. It's a wonderful board to be on, and we have such a great staff here in Parks and Recs. I hope people apply. Yes. Yeah, you can ask a question about that.
And can I clarify, is that just a 1 year? Will
Yes,
that be a 1 year term?
It's a 1 year. It's to complete her term, which is one more year.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Thank you so much. Next is time for a public comment period. This is for members of the public who are here in person and wish to speak. Please present a yellow completed general public comment card. I have an example of one right here. Please give that to the recording secretary. Any person speaking during general public comment may address the board on any matter related to the Parks and Recreation Board. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per person. In order to promote fairness, please stay within your maximum allotted time of 3 minutes. There's a timer available on the podium to help the speaker keep track of how much time is left. Before you start, please state your name for the record, for our records, because I'll have to call on you first. I also encourage everyone to call in during the general public comment period at 818-238-3335. That's 818-238-3335. All callers will be placed in a queue until all in-person comments have been received first. For callers, please remember to lower the volume on your TV or your computer. Take your phone off a speaker when you deliver your public comment. And so first, I will begin in order of how these were delivered to me. The first person who submitted their card is Zach Barrio.
Zach Barry.
Zach Barry?
Yeah.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah, Zach Berry. I live in San Marino, California, and I'm here to address the board regarding disc golf. If you're not familiar with the game, there's a course here in Burbank. The rules are just like regular golf, but rather than being played with clubs and a ball and a hole in a green, it's played with frisbees and a sort of like metal basket. Okay, so I'm here on behalf of the DeBell Disc Golf Club. We're known as the Ringers. Get it? DeBell Ringers. That's us. We thank you. We have been active at the DeBell three par 9-hole course for about a decade. We call it Little DeBell. We love it. Okay, it's our home and the center of our little community. We've been hosting weekly events there on Thursday nights, again at the 3-par Little DeBell, and we average about 15 players a week. Sometimes we get as high as something like 30. Okay, and so we're a very active user of the course, and we also have a twice annual event that we produce at Big DeBell, at the big course. They have twice annually Monday maintenance days at the big course, and so we rent carts, and we put up a temporary course up there, and we've been doing that for about four years. All right, so just want to set the stage of we're a committed community for one of the great Burbank Parks and Recreation resources. So Little DeBell, as we call it, is a really fantastic piece of land. It's wonderful that it's preserved, right? We're so short on open space in LA, and it's wonderful that this is a very relaxed environment. It's inexpensive. That's one of the other key things about disc golf. It's cheap. it's if you go all out with the equipment, you might spend a few $100s, right? So it's a very accessible game in that regard. The course, as it's currently equipped, was installed in 2012, and unfortunately, it has not seen any significant improvements, development since it was installed. Okay, and this is far and apart. I don't want to be mistaken for someone that's complaining about the groundskeeping or anything like that. We're absolutely not. In fact, our requirements of the space are very basic, right? Like it's we don't require perfectly flat greens. Brown grass doesn't bother us, so on and so forth. Okay, so I've definitely understood that there are long-standing maintenance issues with that piece of property, and not a complaint for us, right? It's we love it, warts and all. Okay, so we have long had a plan for improving the facilities of that course to bring it more into line with the quality of the facility. Okay, so if you imagine, think of it as something like the unchangeables, the irreplaceables of that piece of land. How am I doing for time? Over time. Are great. It's just the particulars of the facility. Okay. Unfortunately, Touchstone, the management company, has not made us a priority, and we asked that the board ask Touchstone to just work with us to put together a plan for its improvement.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much. And the next card that we have is from David Donahue.
Good evening, everybody. My name is David Donahue. I am a resident and business owner in this wonderful city. So good evening to you all. Thank you for your service, and also to the staff. It's great to be here. Wow, what a wonderful presentation to those young people. Did not think I was going to be able to witness that, and so excited that they did. So, Chair, you did an amazing job, and those kids it's just fantastic. It's a great testament to the city of Burbank. My reason this evening are a couple things. The first is soccer. Bryce Canyon, up in the hillside. Can we have a soccer field? Is there what's done? I'm a little bit of unfamiliar with the processes for the board, if it's going to be a request to be agendized, do I need to go to city council, which I'm extremely familiar and comfortable talking to them. This to be able to see the discussion could be before this body, to be able to agendize what it would take to get a soccer field up there. So that would be kind of nice, I think. Also, the Starlight Bowl. You guys have the Starlight Bowl. Okay. Love that facility. I was actually lucky to be interviewed by, I think, one of your contractors who reached out to community members, and I happened to be one. And I gave my comments to that person that I was really excited about any sort of potential to upgrade it. Yes, I know that there's a dream scenario that costs just, what is it, $50 million? Okay, we're not going to do 50. But let's reach out to the community to see what might be able to be done to have some level of improvements. I was talking to somebody at the National Night Out, which our police department did a phenomenal job on. I was at the Johnny Carson Park. Somebody was saying that they used to love to go there when they could still walk up the steps. Well, somebody happened to be from the city, I'm not going to say who. Well, they have buses and shuttles that'll take you up. You still got to get down. And that's a difficulty. So I know that this is probably long-term, off into the distance, but I would be excited as a extremely committed member of this community to advocate for those kinds of improvements to the Starlight Bowl. Thank you again to the board for your service to Burbank, and have a great evening. Thank you, staff.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's the end of all in-person comments. And let's see, I'd like to ask Megan Wilkie if we have any callers.
We have no callers.
Okay, thanks, Megan. Okay. So with that, seeing no other speakers, we'll now close the public comment period. Can I give that to you? Thank you. Board members, would you like to comment on any of the public comments? Any responses? Yes, Laura.
Thank you, Chair Gamino. First of all, regarding the disc golf, I have not played, but I know exactly where it is. I've played at Big DeBell, regular golf. I know a lot of people that do play disc golf, probably nobody that you know, but just, so I've driven by it, I've seen it, so I guess this is not necessarily a back and forth, but would be curious to know the specifics of the kind of improvements that you'd be looking for, and I think, yeah, it's not, yeah, sorry. Just responding to your public comment. So yeah, I'd be curious to know the kind of improvements that the disc golf community would be looking for specifically. I'd encourage the staff and whoever the liaison is from our department to speak to Touchstone and have those conversations and dialogue. And I'm not aware if that dialogue's name is. I'm sure Ms. Garcia is going to address that, but having those conversations, understanding what the improvements you guys are looking for, and having a dialogue together, and then kind of putting together cost assessment, all those kind of things that would, and then we can agendize it at some point. But Ms. Garcia, did you have something to say about that?
Yes. Good evening. On the par 3, staff was taking notes to connect with Touchstone. Also wanted to remind this board that we do have a Greens Committee. And later on this evening, there will be board members will select assignments as liaisons. That's also another great opportunity for members of the public or the board and staff to bring up these sorts of issues with the operator of the golf course. And this is certainly great timing. Should there be needs I know we're just starting the new fiscal year, but starting the budget process for next fiscal year is also going to be something that will be discussed in the next few months. So great timing for these sorts of issues to be discussed, and prioritizing the needs at the golf course is something that we will certainly do. So thank you.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And hopefully that answered some of your questions. And then my last note is to the other gentleman who, there he is. David, regarding the soccer Brace Canyon, actually that is a very big topic within the staff and the board. I believe that is currently underway and being addressed in terms of turning those into soccer fields. Obviously there was a discussion several months ago regarding there's a reservoir under there, so it's about figuring out the right using grass versus versus AstroTurf. Sorry if I'm not using the right term, but basically it is definitely a big priority for the city to have dedicated soccer fields, and that is a location that has been discussed, and they definitely want a multi-use field, and soccer would be kind of the priority there. So that is already discussions and things that have been underway. So just want to make sure you aware of that. Thank you.
Additional comments?
Yes, if I may add, as Board Member Masurlian mentioned, Brace, there was lots of work done to turn that field into artificial. With that, there was some community concerns with artificial fields versus turf. So staff, we do owe this board as well as the city council and the community a environmental study that will be looking at natural turf versus artificial, and just looking at it from top to bottom. There's going to be, amount of usage, the play, and versus any other environmental concerns, water, all of that. So that will be coming to the board. I don't have a date yet, but that will be coming to this board, as well as we'll be addressing it with the city council. One last thing, just to reiterate what's been mentioned, our community does want and need soccer fields, and as we're wrapping up our park, city park-wide master plan, that was also, we've heard that from the community. So whether it's Brace or another location, that's something that we will be working with this board to identify locations for soccer fields for our community. Thank you.
Are there additional comments? Yes, Mr. DiPaolo.
Thank you, Aisha. First of all, the CIT program, this wonderful program was initiated several years ago, and it's proven to be extremely successful, to say the least. The young people here tonight are just a fine example of our future, and they're all looking ahead, and they're getting on the ground floor of putting in applications. They have this experience, and that'll give them a leg up when they go into their, quote, first interview. Several of the people that have gone through this program are employees within the city, within the Recreation Department, Park and Recreation Department, other municipalities. A lot of them are in the management. They've been extremely successful, and I think this wonderful program gave them that impetus and that confidence to go and seek betterment for themselves. And I just can't say enough about this program. And thanks to our leaders and thanks to our department for this wonderful program. Every year it seems to get better and better. And also, as far as Civitan Day goes, I was a participant in 1957, and 1 year after its inception, and I still have coffee with friends that I made from playing baseball in Burbank, known each other for almost 70 years, and I played and coached and ran the program, so I have nothing but fond memories, and all the young people that were given the awards tonight are just a representative of the young people that this program produces. And all the people that started these programs, and Barbara Round and Linda Murphy and Bill Burton, just all these people that started this program are to be remembered because they were the building force behind it. And as far as the Frisbee golf course goes, when I was on the park board several years ago, when they did decide to do a Frisbee golf course up at the 3-Par, I thought that was a wonderful idea. They were suffering a little bit as far as usage, and that kind of boosted it. And I'm glad to see they're still doing it, and you have your group up there. I think that's great. I wish we'd get a lot more. And like I said, I do encourage, I'm on the liaison with the Greens Committee, and I'd like to, when we do our liaison positions tonight, I'd like to do that again. But also, I'd be more than willing to mention it to the Greens Committee, and then obviously Touchstone and and staff can work together, but hopefully, something come to pass on that. And thank you for being here tonight, sir. And thank the gentleman that came here tonight on behalf of the soccer fields, which I think are going to happen, because it is it's a popular sport, most popular sport in the world. And I'm love to see a lot of kids that might not want to play baseball or flag football get into soccer because it's a wonderful sport. And anyway, thank you so much, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? No? Okay. Thank you, Zach and David. We appreciate your coming.
I'm sorry, Chair, if I could
Yes,
just
please.
make one really
Absolutely.
brief comment
Please.
on the Starlight Bowl. I know that Mr. Donahue brought that up. So yes, we're actually underway. Had initial stakeholder just meetings to talk about the Starlight Bowl. Ms. Smith is leading that effort. We will be rolling out a community engagement in the coming months to really understand what the community's needs are, but it is certainly our desire to completely renovate that facility, bring it up to modern times, and knowing that there's a lot of needs for performing space, whether it's music or movies or whatnot. So that is something that we're really, really excited about, and that will be coming to the board as we move this project forward. So just wanted to make sure that Mr. Donahue and the community knows that this is something that is not only a priority for the department, but it was identified as one of the 5 priority projects for the city's executive team. So we're really excited for that. Thank you.
Thank you for that update. I'm excited for that as well. I know we all share that enthusiasm. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Berry and Mr. Donahue. We appreciate you. And now it is time. Oh, actually, do we have any written communications?
Yes, there was one public comment that was received regarding agenda item number 3, and we can address that
When it's time.
when it's time. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So we'll note that and file it, and I read it, so thank you for that submission. Next is any park board comments, and including any liaison assignments. Do we have any updates, board members? Mr. DiPaolo?
It's not, thank you. It's not a liaison assignment, but I just wanted to congratulate once again the city and especially the Park and Recreation Department staff for a great 4th of July celebration. I went up there and handed out flags. We do that every year as a part of our Veterans Committee. And so I'm very happy to go up there every year and help out hand out flags, see friends I haven't seen for years. It's a lot of fun. But the staff, I really admire what the staff does. Everybody's working, from the top person on down to our park facilities. They're all working hard up there to make it a really pleasant experience for the public that comes in there. And everybody is happy and they're enjoying themselves. And the music was great. I don't do fireworks. I left a little early, but I got to enjoy the music. But anyway, I just wanted to thank the staff and our city, Burbank PD, Fire Department, all the departments that participated in that. Once again, a wonderful celebration. It was great. Thank you.
It's great, thank you. Any additional updates? Okay, I'll just share that the Arts and Public Places Committee met this week, and we got a chance to see the beautiful mural at McCambridge Recreational Center Gymnasium. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The artwork, I have to commend the staff for just helping to help shape this work. The artist did a beautiful job. It is inclusive. I think everyone can look at themselves and maybe see themselves in it. And so, and it's just beautiful and such a great upgrade for that gymnasium. So thank you so much for all your hard work on that. And I hope everyone gets a chance to check it out when we do the official ribbon cutting and signage for it. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay. Well, that concludes our park board comments, and we'll move on to new business. So with that, it is time for election of officers and liaison listing. Can I have Megan lead us and provide an update, please?
Good evening, Chair Gamino and members of the board. My name is Megan Wilkie. I'm Administrative Analyst with the Parks Department. On an annual basis, at the first meeting in August, and per the Burbank Municipal Code 2-1-408, election of chair, the board engages in a discussion resulting in the election of officers for the position of chair, vice chair, and secretary for a one-year period. Additionally, it is appropriate for the board to also select liaison assignments for alternatives for these various boards, committees, and commissions within the department for also a one-year period. Staff recommends that the board hold an election of officers for the position of chair, vice chair, and secretary, and liaison assignments. After the election of chair, members can rotate in their respected seats and then proceed to elect vice chair. After election of vice chair, members can once again rotate in their respected seats and then proceed to election of secretary, then following that section of liaison assignments. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions before we have a dialogue about this? No? Okay. Well, it has been my honor to serve as chair for the last 2 years, and I just believe in continuing to pass the torch and allowing others to lead. So with that, I'd like to welcome any nominations for chair. Yes.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Maserlian.
Yes.
I second that.
Okay. Well, we have 2 nominations. So with that, Ara, would you be willing to accept?
I accept. Thank you, guys.
Okay, perfect. So let's vote on that. Wanted to make sure you accepted first. So we have 2 nominations. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, none opposed. Did you vote?
Oh, sorry. Aye.
Okay. The decision is unanimous. Congratulations, Chair.
Thank you.
Yay. So with that, I am going to move over, and I congratulate you, and I welcome you to lead the rest of the meeting.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Board Member Gamino. It's so weird saying that. I'm honored, so thank you very much. I guess we'll continue the process, and we'll take nominations for Vice Chair.
I'd like to nominate Board Member Ramsey to serve as Vice Chair.
Second.
Let's vote for Vice Chair. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, congratulations, Vice Chair Ramsey.
Thank you very much.
I'm just going to keep on moving down.
All right, and last but not least, we have the position of Secretary. So we will open it up for nominations for Secretary.
I'd like to nominate Mr. DiPaolo to serve as Secretary. How many times have you been Secretary?
They might do a better job.
I second that. Oh, sorry.
Would you be willing to accept?
I accept.
All in favor of Mr. DiPaolo as Secretary of the Board?
Aye.
Aye.
As long as you don't ask me to write. You can't read my writing. No. I accept. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So where do I move over here? Are you the secretary?
I don't know where he's. Where does he sit?
I think you're fine there. Do we have to switch? I think we're fine.
I think you're
We're
fine
fine
for
today.
the rest of the meeting, and we'll
figure it out.
next
Okay.
meeting yes.
All right, so I guess now we're moving on to liaison assignments. So let's start, I'll just go in order. So the first one we have is Art in Public Places. Currently, we have Board Member Gamino. Would you like to continue in that role?
I would. I will say that I have served for several years. Well, maybe it's 2 or 3 years at this point on that committee. I do love it, and I would love to serve again. However, if anyone would like to serve, I certainly welcome that.
I think you've been a good representative, and if you have that interest, I think keep going.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Then I accept and would love to serve again.
Fantastic. Next, we'll move on to the BAF, the Burbank Athletic Federation. We had Lori there. Obviously, she's no longer on the board. Mr. DiPaolo?
Yeah, I'd be happy to be the liaison on that. if anybody else.
And I'll be happy to do alternate.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you both.
Moving on to Burbank Cultural Arts Commission. Again, Ms. Camino, you've been the representative there. Did you want to continue, or did you want to open it up to others?
I have been the representative. However, that time is is very difficult for me to attend during those meetings, so I would open it up to anyone else if anyone's interested in serving.
I am currently alternate, and the time is also tricky for me. I'm happy to do what I can, but I don't know how often I'll be able to attend those meetings.
I was just going to suggest, certainly knowing that there will be an additional board member joining this group, we can have or Board Member Ramsey, if she's willing to be primary, and certainly we can re-agendize this in a couple of months when there's a new board member, if the chair and the board chooses to move in that
You guys
direction.
agree with that?
I absolutely support it.
I agree.
I support it. I like the fact that there'll be somebody new coming on and giving them an opportunity. Maybe they have a love for it, so maybe their schedule works. So I think we should definitely do that. Moving on to Burbank Sustainable Commission. Ms. Ramsey, this has been your area. Did you want to continue in this?
I would like to, if no one else, if that's okay with everyone.
I support that.
I support that. I think you're the perfect person, actually,
Thank you.
to do that. So thank you. DeBell Golf Course Advisory Committee. Secretary DiPaolo, did you want to
I'd
continue?
like to stick with that.
And I'm happy to stick as the alternate there.
Okay. Fantastic.
So, and then Senior Board, I know that's a personal.
I'll do that too. I'll do that too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, we have the Youth Board. We've had primary as Ashley and alternate as Lori. So obviously the alternate is open. Ashley, is that something you want to continue with?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay. And maybe that one we can also leave open for potentially the new person.
Certainly, I don't know if there's anybody that would like to serve as alternate.
What do they, nights do they meet on? Or day?
Youth Board meets the first Wednesday of each month. I will note that Youth Board, I believe, only meets about 9 times during the year
Right.
because only during the school year.
Mhm.
So their first meeting, I believe, will be in October.
I'll be glad to be the alternate.
Special board to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes all of our liaison assignments. So thank you, everyone. All right. I don't have specific notes in front of me, but I'm just going to kind of go off of what I can here. And I believe we're next moving on to our second new business item, which is going to be the update on the fiscal year 2024-25 budget and fiscal year 2023-24 completed capital improvement projects.
All right. Good evening, Chair Masurlian and members of the board. Dina Moon, Senior Administrative Analyst with the Parks Department, and I'll be presenting an update on our fiscal year 2024-25 budget and fiscal year 2023-24 completed capital improvement projects. At the April 11th Park Board meeting, staff presented the budget update for fiscal year 24-25, and I'm happy to report that our budget was adopted at the June 4th City Council meeting. As you can see by this slide, the department was very busy completing CIP projects this past fiscal year. During this presentation, I will show photos of these improvements completed in 23-24 and highlight our approved projects for fiscal year 24-25. New coverings were installed throughout the animal shelter to provide additional shade and comfort to the dogs. The coverings were installed outside the shelter's dog kennels. Shade sails were attached to the exterior kennel building, providing additional shade over the crate cleaning area as well. The DeBell clubhouse received updates to the multi-purpose room, which serves both the women's golf club members and as a dressing room used by the bridal parties. These updates gave the room a fresh new look. The golf course received additional improvements to the bunkers at holes 4, 7, 8, 10, and 17 to provide better drainage and improved playability for golfers. This completes all bunker improvements at the course. Netting in several areas around the course was also replaced. Because of heavy storms back in 2023, there was slope damage at the course. The slope was impacted more than initially anticipated once the hillside vegetation was removed. After approximately 8 months of the work, this project is now complete. Energy-efficient lighting at both McCambridge Park ball fields was installed. This improvement provides utility and maintenance cost savings, improves field of play visibility, a safer play environment, and a reduction of light spillover into the surrounding residential areas. Field 1 at McCambridge received a shade structure over the stands, providing much-needed protection from the sun. Schaefer Ball Field also received a nice customized shade structure over the bleachers. And a beautiful and vibrant mural was added to the McCambridge Recreation Center by artist Ricardo Cerezo. The mural is titled A Community in Action. It consists of 2 murals with 5 individual pieces painted on the gymnasium's north and south side walls. It features a series of images representing Burbank's past, present, and future. The Ralph Hoy Park Tot Playground was destroyed by a fallen tree and severe storms in February of 2023. This portion of the playground has since been replaced and opened just in time for summer. And lastly, the slides at Verdugo received maintenance and new gel coating. This maintenance not only prolongs the life of the slides, it also improves the overall performance. And as you can see by this slide, the department will be busy again this fiscal year with approximately 14 new improvement projects on the list. Schaefer Park Ball Field will also receive energy-efficient lighting. The Mary Alvord Recreation Center will receive new height-adjustable basketball backboards, replacing the current backboards, which were originally installed in 1961. The replacement will ensure safety and playability for both our youth and adult league participants. Playground equipment replacements will take place at Brace, Maple Street, and McCambridge Parks to ensure compliance with the Consumer Product Safety Commission guidelines, as well as current ADA requirements. These new playgrounds will provide a variety of the latest play features and experiences for children of all abilities in a fun atmosphere. We will begin Phase 3 of the ISA Master Plan, which will include design development of the Burbank Little Theater, Olive Recreation Center, and park amenities. Much-needed shade structures will be added to the stands at ball fields 1, 2, and 4 at Olive, as well as Valley Park. And the department is finalizing plans with LADWP for the Dick Clark Dog Park. Once received, the construction documents can be completed and the procurement process will begin. And the community engagement phase of the Starlight Bowl Amphitheater transformation will kick off this fiscal year as well. And the golf course will continue to get improvements to the cart paths, tee boxes, netting, and a driving range shade structure. And this concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Thank you, Ms. Moon. Any board members have any questions, feedback? Ms. Ramsey.
Thank you. I don't have any questions, but I just want to say that there's a lot, and I'm really excited for all the updates. I mean, that's all I can say. I'm very excited to see all this on the agenda and for the fiscal year. And
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I was on, I want to say I don't remember, one of the Burbank Facebook pages, and a lot of comments were made about the new McCambridge shade structures over the picnic tables. And my kids play tennis at the Burbank Tennis Center, so I was walking around, and I saw them, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And then I saw a bunch of comments, so there's whatever you guys are doing is being noticed and appreciated by the community. So that's just one small example. I'm sure all the other ones are also being recognized. So thank you to everyone for all your hard work and getting all this done.
Thank you, Chair Masurlian, and board members. I do want to just big kudos to my team. All of the projects that you saw that were completed and the list of projects that we have funding for are all being managed by this team. We don't have project managers. We don't have, we do have Public Works who supports other projects for the department, but all of these projects are done by our assistant directors and their managers. So really, I'm very proud of this team for taking on additional work because we want to make sure that our facilities are updated, maintained, and really, as best as can be for our community. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and really thank you for the team for taking up stepping up and taking those big tasks. I know I work in kind of, I don't want to say that field, but I understand project management, and it's a lot of work. So thank you for that. Thank you, Ms. Moon. We will now move on to our next order of new business, which is an update on the replacement of playground equipment at Bryce Canyon Park, Maple Street Playground, and McCambridge Park. And we welcome Ms. Grace Coronado.
Thank you and good evening, Chair Masurlian and members of the board. My name is Grace Coronado, Assistant Park Recreation and Community Services Director with the Parks and Recreation Department. This evening, I will provide the board with a brief overview of the replacement of the Bryce Canyon, Maple Street, and McCambridge Park Playground Project staff report. To start, the department strives to be the heart of the community by providing enriching opportunities through dedicated people, beautiful parks, and inspiring programs. The department is responsible for providing 43 well-maintained recreational facilities, as well as programs and activities designed to meet the recreational, cultural, social, and human services needs of the community, including residents and visitors alike. Understanding the value and benefits of park playgrounds, the department has a replacement schedule for playground equipment citywide. The schedule reflects the age and condition of the equipment, as well as industry standards and compliance regulations. It is for this reason that the department is replacing the Bryce Canyon, Maple Street, and McCambridge Park playground equipment, which all three were last replaced in 2011. The playgrounds, while safe, have exceeded their useful life. For this reason, the department is proactively replacing the playground equipment to ensure compliance with the Consumer Product Safety Commission guidelines and current Americans with Disability Act requirements. As mentioned in the report, currently the department utilizes the design-build project delivery method, which facilitates a smoother coordination of design, demolition, and installation of the equipment. By synthesizing the design and construction components together through the designable method, staff is hopeful the project will be completed, all three projects will be completed on time and within budget. I will now share a few photos of our first playground, Bryce Canyon. Okay. As you can see, the PowerPoint shows the existing playground at Bryce Canyon Park. In the next few slides, you'll see the conceptual renderings of the Bryce Canyon Park playground. The renderings include the renovation of Bryce Canyon Park playground, and as with existing play equipment, the new equipment will be for ages 2 through 5, 5 through 12. The new playground features a nature and forest-like theme, utilizing natural materials and earthy colors to harmonize with the surrounding hillside landscape, which include various pieces of equipment. Features that will be incorporated include swings, slides, and climbing components. Additionally, the playground features a nature theme utilizing these materials. The playground is very similar to Ralph Hoy, for those who have been there, and it will include a very thrilling and attractive slide. So I know a lot of people loved going to Ralph Hoy for that reason, and I know my little boys will be happy to play on that slide. Here's a few more. Next, for Maple Park Street, Maple Street Park. Slides 11 through 13 will illustrate current playground photos. Now I will begin with the renderings for the new playground. The new equipment will continue to be designed for ages 2 through 5, so it's a smaller playground. The new playground will feature a garden-themed playground that will include modern climbing structures and slides. Moreover, the project includes additional elements that will augment the existing playgrounds, such as the addition of swings, which we all know are a favorite to all children. Lastly, McCambridge Park. Slides 18 through 23 will illustrate the current playground photos. The department is excited to share with the board and the community the upcoming transformation of McCambridge Park's playground, which is inclusive of an expanded footprint. As I mentioned, the renderings of McCambridge Park Playground illustrate the larger footprint along with additional safety and decorative fencing along the play area. Let me catch up here. So here's a new playground. You could see the little black fencing. The playground project will also include new landscaping, which is along the fencing area, the larger scope, whereas the other playground projects are replacements. The new playground will be designed with 2 dedicated play areas, one for children ages 2 through 5 and another for ages 5 through 12. It will feature a variety of engaging elements, including swings, slides, and a captivating underwater theme to spark children's imagination. The design will incorporate multi-sensory play experiences into the design, with tactile and auditory elements that cater to children of diverse abilities. I'd like to highlight that this playground will include ADA-compliant equipment, ensuring wide movement routes, smooth transitions on and off equipment, wheelchair-accessible ramps, adaptive swings, sensory play elements, and ground-level activities. With the department celebrating its 100th anniversary year in 2025, this project will be highlighted during the centennial milestone, as it aligns perfectly with our department's dedication and commitment to creating accessible and inclusive community spaces. The grand opening will include a ribbon-cutting ceremony and a range of family-friend activities. The 3 playgrounds have been designed with consideration of previous public feedback on past playground projects, and this feedback includes incorporating new features such as toddler swings, climbing elements, and at McCambridge with several ADA accessible swings and other components. So these are some of our first for the city and the department. So we're really looking forward to that. Additionally, feedback suggests removing sand from the playground and installing rubberized surface flooring throughout, which all playgrounds will have the new rubberized flooring. The feedback has been integrated into the 3 projects to ensure community preferences are addressed. The department also believes the proposed playground equipment systems create a unique and fun playing area for all to enjoy. The replacement of the playground equipment at Bryce Canyon Park, Maple Street, and McCambridge are slated to commence. So we have Bryce Canyon and Maple that are slated to start hopefully October 2024 and completed by March 2025. And our hope is that McCambridge will kick off early winter 2025 and be completed in spring 2025. But don't hold me to that. The scope of work also includes removal of existing and installation of new play equipment. The projects have been determined to be categorically exempt from environmental review under the CEQA pursuant to Section 15302. There's no fiscal impact associated with this project or report. Staff recommends the board discuss and provide feedback on the proposed replacement of the Bryce Canyon, Maple Street, and McCambridge Park playgrounds. But before I conclude my presentation, I do want to give credit to the project manager, another one of our assistant directors, Mike Del Campo, and Lupe Santiago, one of our analysts who put the presentation together for us this evening. So with that, this concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Coronado. Very impressive stuff, and thank you to the staff who put this together. I know a lot of work goes into it. Well, let's open it up to fellow board members if you have any questions, comments, feedback on anything that was shared. Board Member Gamino.
I love all the accessibility features that I saw on there. I'm really excited that every child gets a chance to play at our parks. It's really important for our community. So thank you for the staff and the team for putting that together for us. I do have a question about cooling with as we move into rubberized playgrounds. They're wonderful. I'm just wondering, how do we address any heat issues, or are there any heat challenges from switching to sand to rubber?
Good evening again, board members. So I'm not the subject matter expert, but I do know that this rubberized surfacing is recycled material. Also, we are aware of heat, and so the surfacing is generally colors, bright, vibrant colors that won't necessarily absorb the heat.
Yes.
Just like with sand, thing gets hot, and so that is something that is the surfacing material is material that is approved to go through all the requirements to ensure it's safe. Will it get hot? Yeah. I mean, that being said, as you noticed, or hopefully you noticed in the renderings, we do include shade in all of our playgrounds, whether it's built into the structures or standalone big shade canopies or wind sails. Because we are in Southern California, it is fairly warm during the summer months. But I definitely acknowledge and understand the concern, and I'm happy to get additional more information and provide that to the board with regards to the heat.
This is sufficient. You answered my question.
Okay,
I saw
thank you.
several shade structures in there, and I know there's quite a few trees in these areas.
Yes.
So thank you for answering my
Sure.
question. I'm really excited for our community and for our children. Thanks.
Vice Chair Ramsey.
Thank you. I just wanted to second Chair Gamino, and I'm very excited to see all the accessibility features. I think it's wonderful, as Chair Gamino mentioned, just for access for all of our kids in Burbank. So thank you so much.
I just have not really a question, more of a comment, I guess. I know, first of all, thank you for addressing the written comment that had come in about having accessibility for people with all abilities. So I think you did a good job of addressing that. So thank you for that. I think, so obviously all of our parks have different sizes. There's different restrictions and stuff. So I guess not all parks, are created equal. So there's going to be different types of, but I guess it is kind of a question / comment. So my comment part is, I guess in talking to a lot of parents in the community that have kids that are probably in the, let's say, 6 to 10 range, Foy Park is just kind of like the staple. That's like the go-to, because just it really accommodates kids of all ages. Like, it's not really for 3 or 4 year olds, but it's not just for, it's got everything. So I think that's kind of the staple from what I've seen in terms of, you can go there anytime. It's packed. A lot of parents love it for a lot obvious reasons, given the different types of structure and stuff. So when you guys look at other parks, obviously there's restrictions with spacing and size and all that. And but do you guys kind of look at Foy as kind of like, we need to do our best to kind of mimic that as best as we can, and let's avoid what happened at McCambridge, where we built it and then it was like we had a major, feedback from the community saying this is just not it's not going to work. So was that all taken, from the pictures it seems great, but was that all taken into consideration when you guys were looking at these structures to try our best to mimic Foy as best as we can, given the restrictions of individual parks, while also trying to avoid a future McCambridge situation where, not McCambridge, I'm sorry, I said the wrong part. Isaiah situation where, we have to redo things again. So just a question to the staff.
Yes. In short, yes. We, every park is unique, and that's one of the things that we take pride in having every single playground at every single park have its own, just image and its own identity. Foy was is still a huge popular playground, and we know that kids the 6 to 12, the 6 to 10 age range want something more bigger, want that excitement. So we try to incorporate as best we can. Will we have another playground like Foy at another park? Probably would be challenging because of the space. Foy allows for something like that. But certainly we try to incorporate as many exciting features for the little ones as well as the older. So we heard loud and clear a couple of years ago when we missed the ball at Isaiah, and so we're better at gauging the community's. We have kids in our programs, and we get feedback from kids all the time. And so we take that into consideration. Definitely feedback a couple of years ago, feedback from this board, and which is why we also are bringing these to the board to continue to get feedback. But absolutely, we try to mix it up, and also, playgrounds change. Every year there's new components, and our playground companies that we partner with to build these projects know what the cutting edge thing is, right? So slides were super huge 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And now, climbing is another thing that's, I think, super popular right now. So we try to kind of take it all and do the best we can to give the community awesome playgrounds.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Appreciate that clarification and that thorough update. Anybody else, anything? No? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we will move on to the next order of business, which is facility tour proposed meeting date, and we welcome Ms. Megan Wilkie.
Good evening, Chairman Serlian and members of the board. Megan Wilkie, Administrative Analyst. Annually, the board has elected to conduct a special meeting that sometimes replaces or is in addition to the regular scheduled board meeting. Providing the board with an opportunity to visit park facilities greatly assists the board when discussing the budget, reports, and priorities within the department. For 2024, staff proposes that the board consider an additional meeting to facilitate a tour. Staff is requesting that the board consider one of the 3 proposed tour dates. We have Thursday, September 19th from 4 to 6 p.m., Thursday, September 26th from 4 to 6 p.m., or Thursday, October 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. Facility tour locations are currently in development and will be shared at the September 12th board meeting. Staff recommends that the board select a date and a time in which the board would like to facilitate a park facility tour. This concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. I'll open it up to the board to any discussion on if there's specific dates that work best, and we can kind of collectively vote.
All good for me.
They're all good for you?
Not
Okay.
for me. I cannot make the 19th. I recommend the 26th. I believe the 3rd might be Rosh Hashanah. Am I correct in that?
I can't do the 26th.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Rosh
So,
Hashanah impact anyone on the board? I want to make sure it doesn't impact our new board member either. But
so you're good with all. You're good with
I'm good with the
26th
26th
or
and
the 3rd. You can't do the 26th. So the 3rd, the 26th I can't do. So the 3rd, do we want to look at the 3rd as a?
I think we should, with the acknowledgement that if that is an impact, if the impacts are to other board member, I like to be
We can
mindful.
maybe revisit it if it does.
Is that okay?
We will make that note, and yes, thank you, board member.
So let's
Gimino.
tentatively put October 3rd, and then we'll revisit it when we have the new board member to make sure it works with them as well. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the tour. I always learn so much during those tours. Thank you, staff. Looking forward to it.
Board member DePaul.
Are there, what facilities, or has that been decided yet?
No, we haven't narrowed it down. We have a list, and we're trying to solidify that. And we'll be sharing that with the board.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so that concludes all new business. So we will move on to the consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine by department staff and may be enacted on by the board by one motion. There will be no separate discussions of these items unless before the board votes on the motion to approve the recommendations, board members, staff, or public request specific items can be removed from the consent calendar for separate action. Removed consent items will be discussed separately. Do we have a motion to?
I motion that we approve the minutes as is.
Second.
All right, well, thank you.
Can I modify that slightly? Approve the minutes as is and the consent calendar. Is that okay?
Approve the minutes and consent calendar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Noted.
Okay. Yes. And I vote too, so that makes all three of us, all four of us.
All right, I guess we're moving on to tabled items. Do we have any tabled items?
No.
No, we do not have tabled items. Okay. Additional comments from the board. Anybody have any additional comments?
No additional comments. Thank you.
I just have one comment. I wanted to, Vice Chair Ramsey, you go. No, you go, I'll go after you.
I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say to Chair Gamino, you have been a wonderful chair since I have been, for the past 2 years. So thank you so much for all that you do. And I'm excited for the upcoming year with you, new chair, Marcellian.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Very
you.
kind of
Thank you very much. And I kind of want to echo a lot of that. When I started 3 years ago, Barry Gasau was kind of like the bar for what a chair is supposed to be. And then I know Ms. Gamino took over and was like, that's a big shoes to fill. And she filled them and rocked it. So two big shoes to fill from my predecessors. So trust me, every time you were up here, I took mental notes, not real notes, but mental notes of how to carry yourself as a chair and how to represent the board and the city. So you did a phenomenal job, and just want to thank you for the last 2 years. I'm sure you're going to still be with us and representing us in a lot of different ways with all these different liaison assignments as well as with our board. So just thank you again for everything, and excited for this upcoming year with our board, and looking forward to seeing our new board member when that time comes. So it's going to be fun and exciting.
I echo the same sentiments, Aisha. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was certainly my honor, and I congratulate all of you and look forward to supporting you and continue to serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, do we have the introduction of any new agenda items? None. Okay. Sounds good. I think we are at the end. All right, we made it through. So with that, we will reconvene in September, and we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next month.